Okay, so what we have here is the Transform and Rollout TR-02 Commander of Stars. Basically, their take on Galaxy Optimus Prime. And I just got this today, and I'm really excited for this because I really like the design of the Galaxy Optimus Prime. And speaking of which, let's look at the product shots here, and so far looks pretty good. Another shot of him there and down there. So basically, I was quite underwhelmed by the Siege release, so I got this. Anyways, let's go open the box. So basically, it comes in this two pieces of foam and shipped in vehicle mode. So let's grab that. Alright, so there it is. But before we dive into that, let's look at all the other stuff. So it comes with this instruction booklet. Nice color printout here. So yeah, it's pretty good. Cool. There's a card and cardboard, so that's pretty neat. Now, this didn't come in the box, but it was shipped with it, and it is what is this? Oh yeah, the Cybertron key. Sticker sheet. I think Josie just ships this out. And I believe these are fully articulated fingers. Yeah, so anyways, so let's take a look at the toy itself. And yeah, it's quite long. If I line it up here, it's almost 35 centimeters long, and it's quite hefty. The tires are made of rubber. There are some die casts here and there, like the knees was the crotch inside there. Oh yeah, the joints. Okay, so yeah, the rubber tires are pretty nice. For the most part, as you can see, it's all red, but there are some details like this guy right here. Translucent blue for the windows, and then the front you have the silver, and then the gray bumpers, and the lights there in orange. Yeah. But yeah, definitely a lot of details. I like this part right here too. It's more like bronze color, I believe. It's some white. The back is pretty meh. Yeah, I mean, what is that? But yeah, so that's how it looks. Yeah, so right off the bat, it rolls good. But as you can see, it doesn't all roll flat, so some tires are not spinning. Also, this thing is kind of floppy. It doesn't peg into place. Like, this is only attached to the back here, so this can come off easily. So far right now it's holding fine, but I don't like that this thing is not, if you look at it from the top, it's probably better from the bottom here. This thing doesn't really, it is not held in place, so it kind of just flops around. Yeah, so it's not. Oh yeah, so here it is. So it came off because this thing is held in place by these two tabs that pegs into these two slots right here, and that's it. And it's not even a deep connection. and only those two connections. So I mean, yeah, you can also remove this. I mean, articulate this. So up and down, side to side. Same with the other side. Down. Okay, there it is. In flight mode, basically trucks with wings. Reminds me a lot of tracks. Anyways, oh, my mistake. Like this wing part actually connects at 4 points. The lower points as I've shown here, and then this one's two. There's like two big pegs that pegs into, I guess, the combined feet. Anyways, it looks pretty impressive. Not gonna lie, that's a very impressive wingspan, and it's very long. It has this huge cannons on it too. So yeah, it's very impressive looking. And yeah. Oh, you know what? For comparison, let's put this guy here in front. So this is TR-01 Hava. So I believe this is Transform Rollout's first release. Basically their take on a Masterpiece Jazz. And it's that long. So basically that long. And I think this is not quite Masterpiece. You know, if we think about size. Also the aesthetics is very close though. I mean, yeah, it's very close, but not quite. I mean, it could, you know, in a pinch, you know, represent as Masterpiece, Galaxy Optimus Prime, but yeah. Anyways, you get G1 Optimus Prime, so he, you know, is about that long, right? So this is only not much longer, and we know how small G1 Optimus Prime is. Anyways, so that's how that looks in this mode. Yeah, it actually holds it pretty well. You know, this like these things have like is very articulated, and it uses ratcheting, so it holds the angle and pretty nicely. The wings are also pretty solid for the most part. Well, time will tell. These are just friction joints, so the wings are just hitting my lens, my camera lens, that is. But anyways, yeah. But yeah, it looks pretty impressive, not gonna lie. Anyway, so there it is in robot mode, at least in basic mode. I don't know what the proper term, but yeah. But even then, it's actually pretty good size, and it's pretty hefty still. And I just realized why it ships with additional fingers. The thing is, I don't know if you can see, and let me zoom in. It basically fell apart. Like that finger, the pinky, the thumb, it just fell apart. On the other side, you have the index finger. Oh, now the pinky as well. So every time I touch it, it just like crumbles. It kind of reminds me of my really old Yamato Megazone 23 Garland, where the fingers are just like deteriorating. Anyways, so it's basically like that. Is that it? I mean, they give you the full set, but I would imagine at some point all the fingers would just crumble. And so basically that's what you have left. Three full fingers on one hand. Okay, now only two full fingers on the other. Okay. Alright, that just... I can't believe it literally just like fell apart. Like, let's just take a closer look. But yeah, it looks pretty good. I like the head. There's some yellow in there, mostly blue, obviously, with some silver as well. And then the chest. He looks pretty muscular, right? And then the shoulders too. I like the crotch there. It's in die cast. You got and then this thing becomes like the hip skirts too. So and then the legs, it's all gray, but you know, it has some nice details. The shins and the knee are all die cast, like this part here, the front, but the back, or the, you know, most of it is plastic, but still pretty good size weight. And then you get the toes that are also in die cast. And then for the arms, yeah, obviously the shoulders, you know, from the truck mode, you retain that detail there. Yeah, so just again the fingers. And for the back, it's pretty clean. There's like, it just, his backside has basically been lopped off. It's just funny, but there's a reason for that. Mine has some scratches on the back here. This is die cast, so yeah, I mean, you kind of expect that, but you know, this is brand new supposedly, and yet it's already has some paint chips, more die cast in there for the joints, at the back of the knee as well. Cool. So speaking of articulation, this head can look up, but I guess that's for transformation. You can look side to side. You can't look down. For the arms here, you can move that out of the way, and then really loud ratcheting joints for the shoulder there. For the elbow, also ratcheted and double jointed, so almost 180 degrees. The wrist is kind of weird because it's the wrist is not in the center of, I guess, the forearm there. It's on the side, so it's, yeah. I mean, the fingers are fully articulated, you know, but it's it's broken, so I'm gonna have to install the new fingers. The waist, yeah, does it turn? Yes, it's just things are on the way there. For the legs, soft ratchets almost to the side. Move that out of the way. Almost to the front for the knee. Ooh, yeah, more than 90 degrees for sure. That's pretty good. And for the feet, you can rock side to side, and the toe doesn't go up. Does it? Nope. And that's pretty much what you get for the feet. And yeah. Oh, he does get a weapon. So, does it peg? Yeah, it pegs onto the hand here. I mean, he would be able to hold it if he has enough fingers, but he can peg just fine. And you know, you don't need the fingers to hold it in place. But yeah, that looks pretty good. So let's do some size comparison here. First up is MP10, albeit in shattered glass version. And as you can see, he's a head taller than MP10 mold here. Another car transformer. This is a third party. I can't remember the name of it. I'll put it up. But yeah, it's basically a masterpiece Mirage, and as you can see, it's that tall. What about a mainline Optimus Prime? So laser Optimus Prime. This is a leader class, obviously, so it's that tall. Okay, there he is. And it looks pretty impressive. Man, that wingspan, I'm just lining it up with my math here. It's roughly 50 centimeters wide. That's massive. And, you know, I mean, considering he's just Optimus Prime with platform shoes and wings, it looks so impressive. Speaking of which, it's just like Star Saver, but you know we'll compare them later on. Anyways, but yeah, I mean it's essentially the same. So the articulation is pretty much the same, except you have the wings itself, right? You can still angle them like this. You can also fold this. Oh yeah, you could do this too, and then yeah, so you can do that. And it comes it comes with this handle there, so you know you can definitely hold that somehow. Uh, there's a lot of ways you can articulate this, so you can definitely do that. Aside from that, he has this like gun or blasters on the side of his shins there too. So from the back, he doesn't look so flat anymore because of the wings there. But yeah. Anyways, let's just fold this back in so it's not. So even though there's a lot of stuff hanging out off his back, it's still pretty stable. I mean, his feet are pretty heavy anyway, so it's pretty sturdy. And those feet, speaking of which, are massive. Yeah, look at that. You know, so there's a definite platform for him to to stand on. So yeah. Anyway, so that's him. I mean, let's put him aside for now and let's do some size comparison. Again, bringing up the same bots from earlier, starting with the smaller one. So the Carbot, the masterpiece, albeit third party, not Mirage. And MP10 mold right here. So yeah, definitely taller. Just from a mainline. So you have leader class. I mean, is it really leader class? Because it's only leader class because of the trailer, but the trailer is not attached. Yada yada. Last but certainly not least is Star Saber. You know, with platform shoes and wings, just like Optimus Prime there, and yeah, they're pretty much the same height, like to the head, but the wings on Star Saver that definitely needs to be wider. So oh yeah, we didn't take a look at this. I don't know where this goes. All right, so we should have done this before combining everything, but basically what we need to do is, and then yeah, open that up. There's a matrix of leadership in his chest, and this one looks pretty nice. And does it light up? Yeah, so this thing opens up, right, and you can put a battery in there. I don't know what the battery is. There's an LED. You can see it right there, but I don't have a battery to put in there, so I'm not gonna be able to do that at the moment. So figure out what this key is for. They're the key to turn on the lights. So like I said earlier, there's lights in the matrix of leadership, but there's also light in his blaster and the cannon on on the left there, or well, his left or right. So you basically just need to tap it and it turns it on. So if I turn off the light so you can see it better, you can actually open this up so it looks more dangerous, I guess, that way. But yeah, and it works with via magnets. So you just need to tap it on. Does it matter which side? There you go. So it's slower flash. And solid light, and then again it turns off. I would love to show you to how it works for the other ones, but I only have 2 batteries. Oh, speaking of which, they use AG6. You need 2 on the Canon here, 1 for the blaster and 1 for the Matrix of Leadership. But the battery that I found are pretty weak, and by themselves they're not strong enough to power the lights, but together, at least for this one, which needs 2, they have enough voltage to light it up, like so, on both sides. And it's pretty easy to add the batteries. You just pull that out, and then this flimsy looking circuit board here with place to hold the batteries, and then shove it in there, and yeah. So like I said, you need 2 on this side and 1 on the other ones. And yeah, you tap it with the key again to turn it off. There you go. There it is, Galaxy Optimus Prime. And yeah, I mean, what do I think of him? Well, I like him mostly because I like the design of this particular Optimus Prime and the way it's done here. It's generally pretty good. The proportion, the details, I guess in general the quality, with some caveats, mainly the hands. Though they give you a bunch of fingers to as replacement, but then again, I still am concerned with the longevity of the other fingers unless they're made out of different material. And so aside from that, we got some paint chipping going on here. At least for this one, it's in the back. But I'm concerned with the other die-cast parts. For example, the knees here, which is made out of chrome plated. I hope. But yeah, the chipping, hopefully that doesn't chip there. There are some kind of paint imperfection as well, like for example the white part there, there's like, it's not very cleanly done, I guess you could say. But that said, I guess for the money, what you're getting, there's quite a lot of toy here. In all modes, that is. Even the base mode, well, like just the Optimus Prime himself, already then is bigger than a masterpiece. So, and then you add on the wings and the leg extension, I guess you could say, and it's the same size as Star Saber. And obviously Star Saber is much more expensive. Yeah, in general, I think it's good. There's some QC issues, but if you can get around that, I think it's a good buy. So with all that being said, thanks to you for watching, and hopefully you guys come back. Bye for now.